Recording in progress.
Call this meeting to order. This is regularly scheduled meeting, Hill County Commissioners Court, 24th day of February, 2026, 8:30 a.m. Hill County Court. We do have a quorum present. We can go ahead and start with prayer.
Heavenly Father, we come to you now, we ask you for your wisdom as these men make decisions for this community. Father God, we just pray that you would just pour out your provision on this place at this time. Father, we just need you so much. We ask that you would bless this county, you would bless this state, this nation, and this world. Father God, we need your presence in a mighty way today. Father, it's in your name we pray. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
How are you this morning, Commissioner?
And then working on the drainage project down on 1211. I've got a couple of guys tied up on that heavy. I've got Yoga coming in next week. As soon as he finishes the Clarence Bridge, he's going to put in a little concrete culvert to help some of the drainage into the floodplain. And other than that, we're just trying to get the roads back in shape after that ice. We set up like concrete and rut it out and pothole it out. And ensure everybody has the same problem. That tall hill climb, get those back in shape. We're shooting for the fields here.
Commissioner?
Really exciting week, last week at the conference, and learned a few things, but yeah, Arlen's putting a little 18-foot bridge on a low water crossing over 2129 and 2133. That's been a very low water crossing for small cars. So he's gonna raise it up about 44 feet to take that dip out of it, and we're still cutting some brush down on some county roads, South Lake, Willow, cutting the right of way back, and then back on the rock and trying to hit weak spots.
Pretty much the same thing, trying to get back from freeze, get back in shape, and our team over there is running, and got 4 trucks hauling up what we can find along. Connors is in this one load per truck per day.
Wow.
So that's a challenge, and so we're trying to stockpile some of that, so when we get some rain, at least we'll have some to go with.
I know we're trying to fill a bunch of potholes, and someone was nice enough to dump an entire dump truck of trash in one of our ditches. So I guess we're gonna have to take care of that, and hopefully David's gonna fix them up, because they do have a name and address. So that's good. It's sharp enough to remove their mail.
Ms. Lincoln, how's JP over there?
We have been really busy. We have had 5 expulsions in the last 2 weeks to our JP program, which was unexpected, but I also think that those candidates will be in drug court. And so we kind of knew it was the calm before the storm, and we've been super busy the last couple of weeks. Expect to be busy for the remainder of the school year. Our truancy prevention program is going magnificently. Ms. Rodriguez is doing great work with that. We've had over, I think, 250 truancy referrals this year. And so we have been super busy, and we're keeping us on our toes.
How's the county survey going?
Doing okay, yes. Got a few subdivisions on the agenda today.
Ms. Parker?
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me if I say right there?
You're all right.
That was a big recap of our month of January. I missed the last four, so I apologize. We issued 311 W-2s for a little over $12 million. We issued
Mr. Jackson, how are you, sir?
It's all going good this year. As we can see, the last couple of days, it's dry. We've had numerous random start fires, fires that will cause just by sparks, not people actually burning. Outside that, last week we met with the consultant that the county acquired to redo the county's emergency plan. So we're working on that with the board. That will be completed hopefully by the August timeline. And then this week I'll be in training most of
Humidity is still extremely low, is that correct?
Yes, yes.
Sheriff, how are you this morning? I know you guys haven't had anything going on.
Well, good, Judge. Just had a few items breaking, that we're trying to get repaired. Had the plumbers out yesterday for a leak. Seemed like a pretty seamless repair. They fixed it within an hour. So, trying to keep the building up and, people happy. We're working on the illegal dumping the commissioner brought up, so. Yeah, they left their info in, so that's pretty small.
Pretty handy. Call that blue.
Yeah.
Ms. Drew, how are you this morning? How's the road you see?
It's going great, busy. Hillsborough and Hill County is a great place to be right now.
ESD one.
Everything's going good, Judge. We just started a new readiness form for our department, so trying to see where they're at and have some way of judging where they're at from this year to next year, so we can get an even line of what everybody has and their capabilities. And we're starting to get them 10 more radios. We're working with emergency management for the trucks, so they'll be safe runs around the roads. So better communication.
Adult services, how are you?
Been pretty busy for us as well. We've, like the surveyor said, we've got subdivisions coming in, we're looking at. We've got a couple more plats on Miss Karen's desk that are needing to be given a once over and get approved. We have met with Environmatics last week over some of the cooling and heating systems of all the buildings. They needed an update. We got some training on them. We had the fire suppression on this courthouse, needed a new compressor last week, and High Barker worked about 11 hours last Monday on that to get it up and going for them. Other than that, just chugging along as usual.
They did that. It was great. They got that scheduled on the holiday, so we didn't have to interrupt any documents or anything to get that done. Constable, how are you, sir?
I'm fine, how are you? Oh, we're just busy with tax paperwork right now. Everybody needs to pay their taxes, but they don't realize money's tight, but that's what we're getting flooded with tax paper. Getting 10, 15 at a time each.
Auditor's office?
Well, working towards our audit. We successfully satisfied one of the Senate Bill 22 grants, was closed out for the prosecutor office for 24. That's been an ongoing, kind of crazy thing, trying to understand what they want. Never had such a problem. But anyway, we've got our list of things. We've started work with the outside auditors, and they'll start their official field work the first week of April. But just busy taking care of things.
Mr. Holmes?
I'm letting you report, Judge.
As far as my office, we were at a conference last week, which was pretty good, pretty educational. Here and there with some of these other things that you've already heard about, we've been involved with, so. We'll go ahead and move on. To open forum. Do we have anybody here in the courtroom for open forum this morning?
Yes, sir. I would like to speak.
Go ahead, if you'll step up to the podium and let us know your name.
I'm Linda Polly. I'm going to read from my notes to make sure I did not forget any of our.
I understand we'll give you 5 minutes. Okay.
That's fine. I will take that one.
Okay.
So, my family has owned our land in Hill County for generations. And I'm deeply concerned about appears to be a push for development with no focus or regard for the adverse impacts it will have on our county. I have spoken with many of my neighbors and other Hill County residents, and we are concerned that this Commissioner's Court is proceeding with incentivizing projects that are detrimental to our way of life and damaging to our property. Sadly, you are incentivizing projects that no one else wants. Wind, solar, and data centers are not ideal land uses and ultimately diminish our land values and limit the positive growth in Hill County. Growth for the sake of growth is not what citizens of Hill County want. We do not want more wind turbines, solar farms, and data centers. You are granting of tax abatements and incentives to these projects, and you need to consider the long-term adverse impacts of what you're doing. I have talked to many of my neighbors, and there is a tremendous amount of frustration with the Hubbard Wind 2 Next Era Wind project and the complete lack of transparency associated with this project. By the time most property owners became aware, your deal had already been cut. The locations were hidden until construction began. How can people provide meaningful comments when no one is aware of what is being proposed? To be honest, this secrecy is extremely troubling to all of us. As elected officials, you should be concerned about transparency and allow your constituents to have a voice. Before approving abatements for these type of projects, it would help transparency if maps detailing the project area were available and made public for citizens to see. This would allow people to provide meaningful feedback. The citizens of Hill County would appreciate your transparency and the opportunity for us to be heard. We do not want any more wind, solar, or data centers incentivized. Please stop granting tax rebates to projects that decrease land value for Hill County property owners. Please consider the investment we have in the land. And I'm not talking about money. It's not always about money. It's about our love for our land. It's about our respect for our ancestors that came to this county. They cleared this land with axes, grubbing hoes, saws, and mules, and dynamite to remove the stumps. It wasn't always this pristine, great black land that you see now and all of this great pasture that we're looking at. And furthermore, just please stop incentivizing wind, solar, and data center projects before you completely destroy this county. I hope you will consider your obligation to your constituents as you proceed with decisions on these projects. And Commissioner Holcomb, we want you to know that we stand with you. We appreciate you being the voice on this court that realizes the detriment that the solar, wind, and the data centers are doing and will do if these projects continue to be approved. Thank you for all your time.
Thank you, Ms. Martin. Right. Hill?
Just to clarify, will we be able to address the data center stuff when we get to item 22?
It's a closed session, I
Well,
believe.
22 is when you come out of executive session for the vote.
No, ma'am, that is not public, session. I mean, you can be.
I just didn't know if you were going to be allowing people to address the court during agenda items.
No.
Okay, so, yeah. Last time, I asked the data center guy if he was gonna build, whether there was an abatement or not. That was a rhetorical question. They are going to build. And when you guys say that you have no power to stop this, and then you go into negotiations for an abatement, you're either lying, or you actually don't have power and don't need to move forward with an abatement. There's not really a lot of wiggle room there. You're either going to give a huge corporation a lot of money keep a lot of money when people are trying to pay their taxes. You're not giving this kind of abatement to the average resident. And they're the ones who are gonna lose their homes over this. If a Nexus data center can't pay their taxes, they're just gonna declare bankruptcy, leave their trash, and go. At the last meeting, Nexus talked about how they're getting ready to pull water from deep wells, from reservoirs, and from the sky. They're gonna pull water from everywhere, as Texas is in a huge water crisis already. Texas Water Development Board has been posting on their Facebook page about the level of increase in the drought and the intensification of the drought areas in not just South Texas, but Central and North Texas as well. We're right between a couple of very serious red areas that are expanding and are just going to get worse. How much has the water problem cost the little city of Marlin? A lot of money. Are we ready for that here in Hill County? I don't live in the Hubbard area. I'm completely on the other side of the county in Whitney. But how you guys handle this and make this decision is going to impact us, because this will not be the last data center that comes to Hill County. You're setting a precedent here. The precedent that's already been set with the abatements with the solar wind farms is already bad. Already bad. You should at the least table this for a serious public hearing that people can attend at not just 8:30 in the morning on a work day when they can't get here, but during a time where, like the Nexus Town Hall in Hubbard that they had, but they refused to allow people to record. Everybody here is aware that having a meeting open to the public versus letting the public record are two very distinct issues. They did not. The data center would not let the public be on record in a recording session. That's a huge trust issue already. So moving forward with whatever they're negotiating, big red flags. Big red flags. I won't go into a lot of stuff, but the second thing I wanted to add was your elections administrator is not fulfilling records requests. I have submitted a records request for information that has already been released to the public. There is no AG opinion to seek. There is no 10-day waiting period. And this was requested on February 15th. Please ask your elections administrator to follow the law and fill these records requests in a timely manner, promptly, without delay. Thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Steele. All right, I think I saw another hand for open forum.
Public information requested on 12.
Okay, you can file that at a later time. Right now, we're at open forum. Mr. Price, say your name for the record, please, sir, and you've got 5 minutes.
My name is Joe Price, and I've got a small operation farm. Lives up in the kids a mile west of there. We've got just a very brief road. My address is 142-2401, the north side. I think there's some confusion on the numbers and stuff. Of course, we don't get much maintenance on that road. I was kind of hoping to see a little bit of help on getting that road back up to standard. We're going to have large groups of people coming out this spring to visit our property and pick the fruits and vegetables and stuff. And I'm not trying to get that road back in shape.
What's the number?
2401.
Yeah, north.
North.
It's,
We're on the north side of the Highway 22.
that road is,
Split to you.
yeah, it's split, yeah, it's one of those that's,
I have the south side and he has the north side.
If we could, I know it's an older road and it's got a lot of natural gravel on it, but, and I've been trying to maintain it, but it's really, really thin. And it's getting rough, it's getting really bad. But if we could, I appreciate it. Thanks, sir.
thank you, Mr. Price. I saw another, there, yes, sir. Say your name, please, sir. 5 minutes.
My name is Jeff Mashburn. I'm a resident of Hill County for a little over 12 years. And I do appreciate the opportunity to speak to y'all this morning. So I've got a very broad, long background in energy projects in the state of Texas. at different levels, from construction side, energy engineering, across the state and across the United States. I've been involved with a lot of issues with Hill County. I represent myself and other taxpayers in regards to tax abatements, specifically solar farms in the wind turbine industry. I was part of that industry and got out of it several years back. I've been involved with the process for taxpayers to get fair representation to the court. We've got several cases we're pursuing right now. It's worth contract worth $5.2 billion in the surrounding area here in Hill County. Part of the problem that people are now understanding that aren't aware of how the process works is representation, fair representation with tax abatements. Once you set up a reinvestment zone with the school district, whoever comes to a tax abatement agreement with the solar farm or wind turbine, it's all done behind closed doors. There's no, taxpayers have no representation. The process of attorneys and counselors that quote, they're supposed to be represent taxpayers, aren't represent taxpayers. They're paid for directly by the solar farm and wind turbine people. So we're challenging that. And, I met with Judge Lewis here a little over 5 years ago. I've known about what's going on in Hill County since 2013. The land has been mapped out. Our challenges, 313 agreements that were in place at the time were totally fraudulent. They were sold to the taxpayers based on fraud. These solar farms were coming to Hill County, whether you gave these people an abatement or not. It was going to happen. This land has been mapped out for years, where these were going to go. And there's a lot of reasons why solar farms are put where they're at. The tax abatement really has no bearing. And so taxpayers have been treated unfairly. I've been treated unfairly. When you allow a school district, after you set up a reinvestment zone, to enter into a tax abatement, give away millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars in tax abatements, and then the school district turn around and ask us to pass for bonds. Pass bonds. It's not right. It's not right. And the process is not transparent in any way, shape, or form. But the Nexus data center, a lot of unknowns on the data center. I have a list of questions. I doubt very seriously if you can answer most of these. I'll leave this with you because I know you can't answer. But the data center, there's a lot of stuff on the data center that's not very clear right now on which type of cooling system. So besides being in the energy industry, I worked for 10 years with one of the largest engineering companies doing data center projects. My job was to test the data center, to try to break it. So from the cooling side, to the electrical side, power generation side, that was my job. So the Nexus data center that they advertise is not gonna, they're gonna have on-site generation. That's great, that may be perfect. But is that data center gonna be connected to the grid in case they have a fault on their side? Is the grid gonna be impacted by a load of some sort? You know, the data center advertises 600 megawatts. I don't think that's exactly accurate. I think by the data center capacity would be less than 300 because it's a redundant system. The Nexus should have applied with ERCOT, PUC, and their provider for the interconnect agreement. Y'all have any record of that? Interconnect agreement. Are they connected to the municipality on the water side for just regular water, any building systems? Or are they connected to the municipal sewer system? So if those records aren't available, and there's not drawings, schematic design, construction drawings, this discussion shouldn't even be happening as far as the abatement goes. So if the court doesn't have that information, I would seriously recommend that this thing be tabled, because it will be challenged. And the whole process is not, again, transparency, very, very lack of transparency across the board. But believe me, in Hill County, there's a lot going on in Hill County. There's a lot that's fixing to come out of Hill County with our legal challenges. We're bringing to the court. We filed with the federal court last February and March, and there's more coming. So I just want to make the court real clear. What y'all do, y'all are people of knowledge. You know what's going on, and you'll be held accountable when this does get to the court, and it will. So I just want to make that very clear. As taxpayers, we appreciate what's going on. And I'm not talking just Hill County. I'm working with the U.S. Justice Department in the southern part of Texas, the middle part of Texas, and now north of Texas. represent myself and taxpayers. And the word's getting out, and we have a lot of people now waking up to what's going on. So I just want to be very clear and understand, we're not gonna sit back and just take this. And I do appreciate people's concern and their, views on their land, and the impact on the land. But from the financial standpoint, the taxpayers were set up, me specifically, and I speak for a lot of people. So, I appreciate your time.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else here for open forum? Do we have anybody signed up? All right. That leads us to our consent agenda. This is action on minutes, invoices, payrolls, monthly reports, revenue disbursements, and the third report of elected officials training. I do think Ms. Parker has something that she would like to address in reference to the consent agenda.
Last Commissioner's Court, Commissioner Lake made a comment about our rules and the way they're presented. I wanted to take a moment to see how our office could better serve you. We do have two reports behind the court order that Judge Brazel has, and I wanted to see which report you prefer over the other. Yes, sir. And I broke it down by the page numbers and each different report format, and I can see it two different views. Which one? Yeah.
Yep. And I believe you did.
To satisfy the needs of all commissioners. Because they do have a duty to look at everybody's expenditures.
You gentlemen have a preference to give Ms. Parker some guidance on how you prefer that report, which is two different formats.
I prefer the one where all our stuff is listed together, not strung out all into there.
So you like to report on the left? Yes, sir.
That would be very helpful sometimes. Because I do look at everything.
Absolutely.
But
And that one is,
if you're looking for something in a hurry, trying to find a specific thing, you don't have to scroll through everything.
Sure. I just wanna know which one, it'll save time and paper, just having one singular format rather than two different ones. So the one on the left.
That's the one, yeah.
So the department, right?
Everything's together.
Perfect. Okay, moving forward, we'll make sure that one is the only one that you don't get in your packet, and we'll move forward that way. All right, thank you all.
Thank you, Ann. Appreciate your input. All right, so I'll entertain a motion on consent.
Make a motion to approve.
Have a motion from Commissioner Hopkins, a second from Commissioner Holden to approve the consent agenda. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. to number one, discuss our action on employee wage status changes. We have two wage changes today. Melissa Oldham and Brianna Garner, both at DSO. Okay, motion? Motion from Commissioner Hopkins, second, to approve the employee wage status changes from Commissioner Crumpton. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Alright, number two, discuss our action on budget amendments. Ms. Stewart, anything put on these?
I guess we need to go to the certification of revenue before the budget amendment.
Okay.
It's the next item, there was just one certification.
Moving number three, discuss our action on certification of revenue.
And that was for, the donations to the CERT program. We were just certifying those into revenue in the amount of $1,500, putting those in the emergency management line for the CERT volunteers. We're certifying that revenue. Certification of revenue that we have.
I have a motion to approve the certification of revenue from Commissioner Holcomb, a second from Commissioner Crump. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
Now, the budget amendments, the budgeting that money, so we increase donation budget and then increase the expense for that. So for that same thing, we certified $1,500.
I also have two others.
Yes, and we have two others. They're both regarding the appraisal district. When we were paying the bills, we noticed that our budget was, we were under budget $94,000 for the appraisal district for the general and $11,445 for the lateral tax. So we're looking at that, seeing how we can get better estimates. The problem is when they establish their budget, they give us a percentage, so we don't know what, based on the valuations of everyone. And so it increased substantially over what they provided to us in the summer. But anyway, we're asking a budget amendment out of contingency for general fund of $94,510 and adding that to the budget line item for the appraisal district fees, $94,510. That'll make us square for the year. We just wanted to tag those contingency funds before somebody else wanted them. Something else. For the FM lateral, the payment to agencies we set up is about $32,000 for the year, and we haven't been spending that. That's usually to help with the quill of water, the mowing on the dams, or what have you. So we decided to take the money out of there for now. So we're increasing the appraisal district fees by $11,445 and Fund 200, and taking that out of those payment to agencies.
I believe I got a motion. All right. Any executive second? Okay. A motion from Commissioner Holcomb, second from Commissioner Hawkins to take action on the budget amendments. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. That puts us at number four. Discuss our action on transfer balance of $13,240.69 plus interest earned from Texas Class Government Investment Account to Texas Class Money Market Investment Account, allowing for the closure of the Texas Class Government Investment Account.
That's just kind of a joint thing in our investment meeting. They recommended, we have two different accounts that Texas Class, a small account is $13,000, and then our other account. The other account earns more interest, and it was the recommendation of the investment committee just to close that government account and move it to the other account. To simplify some bookkeeping.
Any questions, gentlemen? of a balance of $13,240.69 plus interest earned from Texas Class Government Investment Account to Texas Class Money Market Investment Account, allowing for the closure of the Texas Class Government Investment Account. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Number 5, discuss interaction on an advertisement for county supplies, off-site and on-site fuel, oil, road materials, corrugated steel pipe, petroleum supplies, and emulsions, treated lumber, all types of road-based contracts for crushing services, concrete, corrugated bridges, box culvert construction, contracts for hauling, mobile trucks, such heavy equipment, washing services, scrap metal bids, and other supplies or services to be effective April 1st, 2026.
Second.
And that is your motion to approve to advertise? Alright, I have a motion from Commissioner Holcomb, a second from Commissioner Hawkins. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Number 6, discuss their action on communication system agreement between Hill County and CareFlight for the use of radio system. Lieutenant Jackson, come on forward.
It's just the standard agreement that's already been approved by the court. They're the EMS provider that's contracted through the SB2 for the county, so naturally, every first responder wants to communicate with them. They have their own system, but this way they can use ours and theirs, just depending on the need.
Any questions? Any discussion?
What?
Commissioner Thompson makes a motion for the approval of communication system agreement between Hill County and CareFlight for the use of radio system. Commissioner Hawkins makes the second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Number 7, discuss interaction on interlocal agreement between Hill County, Texas and the city of Hillsborough regarding emergency management coordinator services. Why don't you go sit down? You do need a day. Mr. Jackson, can you paraphrase what this agreement is in reference to?
It is still pending all of our great legal mind opinions between the county and the city, but I just wanted to bring forward the idea of, this, after talking with the city and some of the county leaders, basically the city wants to use me as the emergency management coordinator for the city as well. So currently the city's emergency management coordinator is done by the police chief, and so we just like the county to do it as we already go to all their stuff. Meaning if they have a big incident in the city, we're already there. So it just makes more logical, operational sense to where the county did the city and the city did the county. Basically, it's the same. One person does it both. We're already, our office is in Hillsborough. All the county main offices are in Hillsborough. We already go to all their stuff. So that's just what.
Did you negotiate hard on the compensation?
No, the big thing, again, it's one of those, we're already there. No matter what, any way you shake it, we're already there. While I'm not gonna deny that maybe that number needs to be looked at as time goes on, but it's hard to put a number on something when you don't know the workload it's going to entail. So we started up to say on the kind of low end, and then we'll see where it goes from there over time. And that number, I'll be honest, they just, I don't want to speak out of turn, I'm pretty sure they're just now getting that number. I know the city manager and the mayor, but not everybody knew that number, so that's still being talked about on their side as well.
So we want to hold off on this until we get a solid number?
So I don't believe we're approving any, contract. I mean, you can approve it as is right now. I know they're going to okay that number. The city manager and the mayor were okay with that, pending their city council, but this isn't being brought before their city council until we approve it. So we won't know that number until we approve our end.
Well, like you said, the number is based off of, as this is all new territory for us. We don't really have any stats or data to base the number off of, so after a year, we'll look at what the data looks like and see if that number needs to be changed or not.
I think it's better, it's more palatable, especially for the citizens. If you start lower and then work your way up, if you can prove there needs to be an increase, rather than starting.
What does that do to your workload?
If it stays as it is, meaning, the situations that we go to in the city, it's nominal. I mean, it's nothing crazy. We already coordinate during any event, whether it's fire, whether it's rain, whether it's flood, or whether it's tornado, we already do that. All this is doing is formalizing.
Yeah, what we've seen since we've just started talking about this with the city was an increased amount of communication, specifically during the ice storm we had. The communication was next level, and we were just kicking this around. We didn't have anything in writing at all yet, and so I think for multiple reasons, legal liabilities and stuff, we do need something in writing. And if they're going to compensate the county for his time, then obviously we need something in writing as well.
Surely there's administrative time involved though, because would you be filing things with the state and federal government on behalf of the city of Hillsborough?
No more than we already do now. So they already have to come, like for instance, if the city needs something and they can't do it, they come to us and then we have to ask for it. So that, it already works like that. If they need assistance for something from the state or federal government, they have to go up through the county. That's every city, not just Hillsborough, any municipal government is supposed to do that already. So that wouldn't change there. What would change would be, again, hypothetically, say they have, a flood and they have a whole bunch of streets in it. That's where your administrative comes in. If I'm their ENC and then we have to now go do all the FEMA stuff with them, like we do the commissioners when they come out and they take pictures and the paperwork gets involved and they have to go to meetings. And yes, that's when administrative stuff decidedly comes in that we didn't normally get.
The other discussion that Mr. Jackson and I have had is if other cities see this, they may be interested as well. We've just kicked around ideas about how to handle that. If another city, we're not gonna go out and advertise, hey, we're doing this for everyone. If they approach us and ask for the same service, then we would probably scale it, so a smaller city would be a smaller rate by population or something to that effect. That way, if the city does come up and say, hey, because statutorily, the emergency management function falls to the mayor of that city. And if the mayor wants to contract out those responsibilities, they can by hiring an emergency management. Well, if they don't have the funds to hire one and they still want to do it, this could be an option for a smaller city in our county.
The one thing I will band-aid off, and the judge can get my shit later. If we start going that route, while I think operationally for the jurisdiction and for the county, that's probably a great idea, but that would definitely have to involve an additional person to do all of it. Because then you get into the whole scenario again. When it rains, it floods. When it floods, you're going to be impacting more than one city. So if Bynum, which is a hypothetical, say Bynum does this and Malone does this. Well, if it floods in Bynum, there's most likely some impact in Malone. Or if it floods in Hillsborough, then Bynum's most likely. You're going to have more than one thing, and so then now you're having to dedicate one person to two different disasters in the same jurisdiction that are most likely going to have overlapping events.
Do all those tiny towns have EMCs?
It's required. So it's, like, I'll give you an example. So Bynum, for instance, most of the small towns appoint their fire chief. Love our fire departments. They don't know the job for the most part. They know they have to do certain things and they know they have to be mindful of weather. But when it gets into the reporting stuff to the state, to the federal government, and working with the state and federal partners, they don't know that is required.
So there's no population bracket. If they're incorporated, they're required to have it.
They're required to have it.
and that's what it's, so they're required to have, they're not required to have an EMC. That is up to the mayor. By default, the mayor is the emergency management director, and then that person can appoint names if they don't have to. All of them do, except for Malone. Malone is the only one that the mayor is everything. Everyone else has an EMC appointed, most of the fire department.
And the reason why it's so complicated is because the state, what the state does makes it as hard as possible to do that process. But
You drop a little fat in there.
yeah, and then you get the federal government really messing operationally, but it makes a lot of sense because it streamlines processes. There's less cooks in the kitchen.
And I think that the biggest thing is for your bigger cities, like I'm just gonna throw it out there, say, it was Hubbard, Whitney, and Hillsborough. What it does is it helps streamline that communication. And we don't have a contract yet, and I'll tell you, just since I was talking to them, like Judge said, there's been an abundant flow of information from the city side of it. No, we have pretty good communications from the fire and the police, but from the city side, now we have all three branches coming together of information and talk back and forth, which.
And an emergency isn't just fire or tornadoes or floods. Anything that impacts a certain amount of people is considered emergency. So water not working. Jackson is spooling up, making sure he's got water, making sure he's got transportation for said water, in case that lasts for a long period of time. Power outages that last for a long period of time that affect a certain amount of people. He's looking for generators and looking for our elderly and disabled that live in that area to see if they need help and things like that. So it's not just the natural disasters that we see on the news every day. Any further discussion?
Judge, I like this also say, in the next year, I would love to say 3 years, but the next year, he's gonna need an assistant anyway. Just looking at how everything is going and how fast the county's growing, I'm already judging where we have to be, where ESD 2 has to be, and he's gonna need an assistant. Just because, like you said, the two ends of the county, and I've looked at other companies and different things. We're right in the middle of that triangle between San Antonio, Dallas, the whole DFW area, and Houston, and this is prime area right here, right above the Waco.
Did you buy breakfast? Any further discussion?
Second.
A motion to approve, interlocal agreement between Hill County, Texas and the city of Hillsborough, Texas regarding emergency management coordination services from.
And powerful grant or this,
Approval of the interlocal
this specific, right?
Yes.
Is it final? I mean, it sounds like they're still talking.
Well, the city won't take it under consideration until we send them ours. So if they come back and say we hate it, then we'll be seeing it again. I don't know. So I have a motion from Commissioner Hawkins, a second from Commissioner Lake. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Moving on to number 8, discuss under action on the purchase of $5,000, over $5,000 for the Hill County Sheriff's Office to purchase backup radios for the dispatch center. Sheriff, how are you?
Great, Judge, Board, how are y'all? Yeah, so, the amount exceeds $5,000, it was already budgeted in the radio line item for this year. Just ask for permission, to go ahead and, use those funds, I think it's a little over $24,000. the backup radio, the quotes for radios, testing existing radios, and coax, grounding and adding antennas, and testing existing antennas, and adding gateways for the new radios.
The copy I have says 18,000.
I think there's two different prices, is that correct?
Two quotes, and a couple. There's an 18,005. I see. Any questions now?
No new funding, like I said, was already budgeted.
Make a motion.
Second. Motion to approve the purchase of over $5,000 to the county sheriff's office to purchase backup radios for dispatch. For Commissioner Lake, second from Commissioner Hopkins. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Number 9, discuss and action to declare 2010 Chevrolet Tahoe as salvage or surplus for Hill County Juvenile Probation. Mr. Lincoln, I don't know.
Good morning, how are y'all this morning? Actually, the next two are similar and related. We have a 2010 Chevy Tahoe that was donated to us by the constable's office many years ago, and we noticed some mechanical issues with it. We got a bid for repairs, and it was over $7,200. The vehicle itself is only worth $2,900, and so we just want to move forward with making that surplus, getting that to the auction, and then that money, actually, we would just request that it go to the general fund, because that's not a vehicle that we paid for. And then we are in the process currently of getting bids to purchase another vehicle for our department. And again, just want to highlight, that's gonna be at no cost, additional cost to the county. That is within our budget that we have already, so it's not gonna be anything additional that the county commissioners will have to pay for, so.
Make a motion approved.
Second. We have a motion to approve to declare the 2010 Chevy Tahoe salvage or surplus for Hill County Juvenile Probation Department from Commissioner Hopkins, and a second from Commissioner Hopkins. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to sell it.
All right, I have a motion to sell the 2010 Chevy Tahoe through auction for Hill County Juvenile Probation Department. Do we want to name the auction? Do we have it?
I'm sorry?
Do we have a name the auction? Who's gonna sell it?
Yes.
You made the motion, sir.
Cadis is on our house ones, yes.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Motion from Commissioner Holden, second from Commissioner Hawkins. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Number 11, discuss and action regarding Kathy Smith as a designated representative, designated TCEQ representative for Hill County. Mr. Crossen?
How are y'all this morning? As you. We do not. As we mentioned before, the county is growing, getting bigger faster, with the new residents coming in, the OSSF, on-site sewage facilities has become a fairly full-time job. So I asked Ms. Smith to step in as the primary designated rep for the county. I will be a backup in case she's out of town, I'm out of town, we can cover down for each other. She has completed the school and the certification to become the designated rep. She passed with flying colors, so I highly recommend that she step in as primary designated rep to approve and inspect all on-site sewage facilities for the county. A little help from me, which needs it, but
it's, the concept I've talked about multiple times within the county that I'm trying to push, which is what he said in military lingo, which was covered now. But basically, having multiple people qualified to do the jobs, because unfortunately, if somebody is hit by a bus tomorrow, we will send flowers, but we have business to do next time. And so we want somebody that knows how to do, not just one person holding the keys to a job. Everyone needs to know how to do a good job. So Mr. Crossan has ensured that his department by having Ms. Smith, and she took the initiative and really, from what I hear, really went after her classes and testing. It is a test, a state test, so I'm really excited.
Also, she's been, helping with Deputy Ward for several years now, do all the paperwork, so she's honestly more qualified to do it than I am, so.
It's good. Qualified people around us.
Make a motion to designate Kathy Smith as the TCE representative for Hill County.
I have a motion from Commissioner Morton, second from Commissioner Hopkins. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. I think congratulations.
Absolutely.
And or condolences. Number 12, open a public hearing regarding the cancellation of a portion of the plat of Pioneer Cove subdivision filed of record July 31st, 1950, specifically canceling a portion of Linda Lee Crossing subdivision road that was never installed adjacent to lot 31, 32, 33, 34, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. Commissioner?
Sir,
This is your,
is there anybody here to speak? General public.
yes, ma'am.
I would just like to ask for,
Sorry. Podium, please, ma'am.
understand,
Ms. Steele?
yes, to echo the lady right here from earlier, so a little bit more transparency would be great. You have a pretty decent packet online that's posted with your agenda, but the only thing that is here in this packet regarding this public hearing is just a quick little paragraph. And there's reference to an application, but there's no maps, nothing involved here or shown here, released to the public that would actually inform the public on what the topic is or why we would even want to participate in the public hearing. So I would like to encourage the court to beef up their packets with a little bit more information, not only on this topic, but stuff like the data center. The maps that were released on that one were illegible, and I got them. We can get this information via a public record request, but you know, one person having them is just not the same as it being released to the public. So.
We're there, we're at the last school.
Yeah, there's one. It's in
There wasn't at the last school.
This is the public hearing packet for this meeting.
Okay. We'll take that into consideration. Thank you, ma'am. Anybody else here to speak for the public hearing in reference to the closing cancellation of the portion of Linda Lee Crossing? All right, we're gonna go ahead and close that public hearing. Number 14, discuss under action regarding the cancellation of a portion of the plat of Pioneer Cove subdivision filed of record July 31st, 1950, specifically canceling a portion of Linda Lee Crossing subdivision road never installed adjacent to lots 31, 32, 33, 34, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40.
Make a motion to cancel the portion of the plat of Pioneer Cove subdivision filed record July 31st, 1950, specifically canceling the portion of Linda Lee Crossing subdivision road that was never installed adjacent to lots 31, 32, 33, 34, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40.
I have a motion from Commissioner Holcomb, a second from Commissioner Hawkins. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Number 17. No. 35 mile per hour speed limit sign on Hill County Road 3422. Anybody here to speak on the public hearing to set and install traffic control devices on 3422? Yes, ma'am.
Same. Transparency, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I had a request, that's my road, I have a request, individual, also. Heavy traffic, they just moved to the area, asked me to install 35 mile per hour speed limit. Here we go.
Anybody else? All right.
We got proof of publication, I believe.
We have proof of publication, all right. So we'll close the public hearing, and now let's discuss or take action to install a traffic control device performing 35 mile per hour speed limit sign on Hill County Road 3422. I have a motion from Commissioner Hawkins, second from Commissioner Lake. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Number 18, discuss our action on minor plat for Redbird Meadows subdivision phase 1. Ma'am? Mr. Rent, do you have any input on this one?
Everything's in order. Got everything we need.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
We have everything.
So you recommend approval?
Yes, I do.
It's a minor plat for Redbird Meadows subdivision phase 1. Looks like a single lot. It is 3327 FM 933 Woodley, Texas. It's coming off of the FM road.
No, I think that's only the right of way to go into. Nothing county roads.
Of a motion to approve the minor plat of Redbird Meadows subdivision phase 1 from Commissioner Trumpton, and second from Commissioner Holcomb. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Number 20, discuss an action on replat for the Davis addition. What's that? Oh, sorry, 19, I skipped. We discuss an action on minor plat for Williams Estate phase 1. Mr. Ince, any input on this one?
That one's a simple minor plat, recommend it for approval. We have a little documentation.
Compton. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Now number 20, discuss our action on a replat for Davis Edition. This is going to be East 6th Street. Any input on this one?
This one is in the city of Blum, and it's basically a replat of certain kind of blocks and different lot sizes to, and incorporates part of a alley or a road that's not open. City seems to be on board with it, city utilities, hurricane proof.
So they got our utilities and everything.
Yeah, we've got utility letters from the city of Blum, so they're acknowledging water availability, of course, sewer to city sewer.
Big development for that place.
We got a motion to approve the replat for Davis Edition, Commissioner Holcomb. Second. Mr. Compton. All in favor say aye. All opposed? We had this one our last one. There wasn't much concern, that's what. Alright, while that's going around, we'll move to number 21. Pursuant to section 551.087, the Commissioner's Court will meet in a closed executive session to discuss or deliberate regarding commercial or financial information the Commissioner's Court has received from a business prospect. The Commissioner's Court seems to have located, stale, or expanded the line, and with which the Commissioner's Court is conducting economic development negotiations, and to deliberate the offer of or other incentives to business prospects.
Got to bring your camera outside, Jeff.
The whole thing, or just the camera?
Just the camera.
Yeah.
Mine's still streaming. I leave it streaming through executive session. Okay, guys, for the record, this is still streaming, so if you have national secrets, take them around the corner. If you have good gossip, lean in.
Yes, sir. Good to see you. Appreciate you coming.
Good to see you. Enjoy your day.
Hey, Karen. Did you finally get through?
Not really.
is a relative to that. And I, you know, Alan said, he went to school with we got married and he said, I don't want to finish the master's. So he used to got hobbies and software engineering. He's you know, and they're in there's one in downtown Dallas, supposed to be Central Library. You know, that's just last year when they did all of this, him and Andy told us that because he's the one who's he said amortize. He said people don't look at that, and he goes to 74. I work for home. I mean, I did it for like half
If I find out who the speaker is, I'll let you know. All right, thank you, good luck. So that's what I was asking. This was about. It's not there. I'm like, is there something that we can do? And it's great. And I don't know what that is. This is executive session, guys.
court, sure. We're gonna break it, and check it out, they're all named. Their name is there, they're looking for all that. It's all public record. Can't worry about it. You also, it's organized, so you can't have go ask the people that are walking the jail and validating we've been invited for the variety of kickbacks and we've been working on a case as a consultant for the one who had that. And I had to do the contracts off because they didn't continue. And unless you put on that type of offense, it's hard to follow the bill. But I was saying, I witnessed it. And that you weren't sure how custody was on record. Said that, make it. And we're seeing yeah, I said the courthouse in Hill. Can you hear me? Tommy, can you not hear me? Well, I'll call you back.
Yes, sir.
It's something else we want to keep up with. Especially.
Thank you so much. Right, yep, this is it. Gotcha. Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Just turn it all the way down.
Recording in progress.
Alright, so we are reconvening back into regular session. It's 10:19 a.m., same day, February 24th, 2026. Still have present. We'll take up number 2, reconvene regularly to discuss our action needed as a result of the executive session. There is no action needed as a result of the executive session. So, the last item.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second. Adjourn.
Thank you. No action is good.
You too. Very nice meeting you.
Thank you, Valor. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Well, I'm gonna go vote, since I got a very hospital.
Okay, guys, so basically, yeah, this just means that they have decided to not take any action to approve an abatement agreement. Yeah.
But is this for in general, or is this?
That's for this specific data center today. They might decide to continue and revisit, so eternal
Well, and
vigilance.
that's the things that, I mean, that's why I keep coming, is because I thought once you got, they came in and got the abatement, that was it. And then they would come back and say, I want to renegotiate. I'm going, why?
Yeah.
You know, why? You know, I thought this was a done deal. Why are you coming back and asking for more incentive?
Yeah. This is the 250th anniversary of the signing of a document where people said, we are done negotiating.
I
And
mean, because they know this was already decided to join various, but
Right.
realistically,
you never know. You never know. So, yeah. I'm going to go turn this off. Okay, guys. No abatement at this time for the Hubbard Nexus Data Center. Eternal vigilance. Pay attention. Commissioner Court meetings are twice a month. It's twice a month, second and fourth Tuesdays, right?
Yes, ma'am, except for April, it felt funny because there's a...
Yeah, weird stuff.
Yeah. But
Gotcha.
yes, different.
Yes, all these meetings are on the Hill County Hill County website. So check the calendar.